As a school administrator, you can create learning outcomes for different subjects or align outcomes with state standards such as the Common Core standards. Thereafter, your instructors can use such learning outcomes towards their courses, for their assignments, quizzes, etc. For you that are not familiar with what are learning outcomes, I'd like to give you a brief definition that you can keep in mind while we go over this video demonstration on how to use learning outcomes with EDUonGo. Learning outcomes are statements that describe significant and essential learning that learners have achieved and can reliably demonstrate at the end of a course or a program. And if this still doesn't make sense to you, I think you will have a much better understanding with the example we will take in this video demonstration. After you click on the Learning Outcomes app, on the left menu, you will see the Outcomes section, which we landed by default, and the reports generated for your learning outcomes that we will explain in another video. Under Outcomes, we have two buttons that we can create new outcomes and group them for better organization. Here I have created a group called Common Core Standards US. Inside this group I have created another group called Math Grade 5. Then I went and grabbed a standard from Common Core State Standards Initiative website called corestandards.org. On the right menu, you can see a list of Common Core standards, and I clicked on Grade 5, then Operations and Algebraic Thinking. Here you can see two criterions for this standard and the description on what should students achieve to fulfill these criterions. So I grabbed the Operations and Algebraic Thinking and created an outcome for it at EDUonGo. I copied and pasted the first criterion and added a rating. Notice I have three different ratings for this standard. The first one shows maximum points that the students can achieve if the student masters everything this rating requires. Then the next down rating, which you can see is 10 points, then students get 0 points if they don't show enough knowledge for this criterion. On the far right, you will see the total number of points and a threshold you can insert for this criterion to count towards the standard. For example, we put here threshold 10 points, which means if student shows enough knowledge to get 10 points, then we can count this criterion towards the standard and measure it in our reporting, which I'll show you in a different video. This way we can add more criterions and more standards in this group, and I will speed through adding the next criterion and the next standard from the Common Core State Standards Initiative website. In the next video, I'll show you how to map learning outcomes standards to your activities as a teacher and how to speed grade your activities using rubrics inside a course.